Over the past several years, the use of electronic trail cameras has completely revolutionized the way today's sportsman not only scouts for, but hunts North American big game animals. But with so many different trail cameras on the market today, which one is best for you and your particular needs? In this video, I'm going to give you the ins and outs of 4 of today's most popular trail cameras. So whether you're an experienced trail camera user or simply looking for some information to help you make your next trail camera purchase, you'll find all the information you need to make you a more proficient trail camera operator in this video. So I hope you enjoy this Vantage Point Outdoors production, and as I always say, it was created for you. The first trail camera that we're going to review today is the Wildgame Innovations S1.3. The S1.3 is an incandescent flash camera which takes 1.3 megapixel still images and has an effective range of approximately 45 to 50 feet. The unit comes stock with 2 small bungee cords, one to attach to the bottom and top of the unit, although I have personally found that using one larger bungee cord and wrapping it around the entire unit as well as the tree after setting up the camera is the most effective means of mounting this camera to a particular tree. This unit is powered by 4 C-cell batteries, and I have found best infield performance to come when using either Rayovac or Duracell type batteries. And you can expect approximately 2 weeks of solid performance regardless of weather conditions from these 4 C-cell batteries. Programming and setup of the S1.3 is made easy with the 4-button full digital instrumentation panel you'll find on the unit. Once you have the camera fully programmed, simply close the 2 latches and you are ready to take photos. Now let's take a look at some pictures I have taken with this unit. Notice that on your pictures, the S1.3 will give you a date and timestamp as well as a number sequencing of the pictures you have taken. The one downfall with this camera is a relatively slow trigger speed, coming in at just under 2 seconds. My personal recommendation for using this camera would be to set it up at a food plot or a scrape or other location where you're anticipating deer to spend a prolonged period of time. Well, there you have it. A look at the Wildgame Innovations S1.3, a very good basic entry model trail camera. Next, we're going to take a look at the Stealth Cam Nomad 4.0 megapixel IR. The Stealth Cam Nomad 4.0 megapixel IR is an infrared trail camera which utilizes infrared technology to illuminate animals at nighttime without having a flash. The camera mounts to a tree very easily with an included strap which fits through a strap holder on the rear portion of the camera. And opening the unit is as simple as opening 2 latch levers on the side of the camera, exposing the internal componentry. The camera operates on 6 C-cell batteries, and again, I personally recommend either Rayovac or Duracell batteries. Once you have your 6 batteries loaded, simply reclose the plastic latches and you are ready to power up the unit. Media storage for the camera comes by way of an SD card slot on the left-hand side of the unit. With your SD card loaded, you are now ready to power up the unit and begin programming. Programming the camera is very easy with its 4-button full digital menu interface, which is easily set up in just a few minutes. And as you'll notice, in the top right hand corner of the screen, this camera comes with a full menu interface guide inside the camera housing. When you have finished programming the camera, simply close it up by reclosing the 2 closing mechanisms and you are ready to begin taking pictures. Now let's take a look at some pictures I have taken with this camera over the years. This camera also suffers from a relatively slow trigger speed, coming in just around 2 seconds. And again, due to this relatively slow trigger speed, I would personally recommend setting up this camera either on a food plot or other location where you expect deer to spend a prolonged period of time. And that will conclude our look at the Stealth Cam Nomad 4.0 megapixel IR. So if you're in the market for a reasonably priced trail camera offering you true infrared capabilities, I would seriously consider giving this camera a look. Now get ready for an in-depth look at the 5.0 megapixel IR Cuddeback Capture. The Capture is the newest member of the Cuddeback family of trail cameras. I spent a lot of time deliberating before buying this camera due to past problems with two of Cuddeback's previous models. The Capture, like most trail cameras today, attaches to the tree very easily with the included strap, which again mounts to a bracket on the rear portion of the camera housing. Exposing the internal componentry of the Cuddeback is made easy by a small rotary dial found at the bottom portion of the housing. The Cuddeback Capture operates utilizing 4 D-cell batteries, of which I personally recommend using Duracell. The engineers at Cuddeback really got this camera right when they designed this alarm clock style rotary switch to program the camera. And as you can see, programming this camera is literally as easy as turning the switch. On the rotary switch, you will find a setting for date, time, and year, and you also have the ability to alarm your delay settings, all by means of this rotary switch. The Cuddeback Capture is truly the easiest camera to program that you will find today. Media storage for the Capture also comes by means of an SD card slot, which is just to the right of the rotary switch. In-field use of the Cuddeback Capture has yielded battery life results in excess of 2 months, regardless of weather conditions. Now let's take a look at some sample pictures taken with the Capture. And due to its hair trigger technology, which produces trigger speeds of under 1 second, this trail camera is ideal for use on runways to intercept deer movement. My in-field tests have yet to show any flaws in the new Cuddeback Capture. You can also get the Cuddeback Capture in an incandescent flash model, which also works wonderfully. Even with all the dozens of other trail cameras available today, with a price tag of $250, you will be hard pressed to find a trail camera which will outperform the new Cuddeback Capture series. Now let's take a look at the Reconyx Silent Image, which is without a doubt the best trail camera I have ever used. The Reconyx Silent Image is a fully infrared monochrome camera which is very well constructed. Securing the Silent Image to a tree is made very easy with the included adjustable bungee strap which mounts on both ends of the camera. And as I do with all my trail cameras, I like to mount them just above waist height, which ensures that I'm going to get a good picture of my target animal. Once you have the camera mounted to a tree, opening it is very easy with the 2 latch style opening mechanisms. Once inside the camera, it is very apparent just how well constructed this camera really is. Reconyx has also included a full assistance menu guide inside the camera housing. One really neat feature about this camera is that you actually program the unit via the included Buckview software, which is compatible on any Windows-based computer. Putting batteries into this camera is very easy. All you have to do is remove this Velcro strap and place in your batteries with the positive end of the battery opposite the metal springs inside the battery compartment. I have used this camera for over 5 years and have always used either Rayovac, Duracell, or Energizer type batteries, and I have experienced battery life ranges anywhere from 4 to 6 months, regardless of weather conditions. And this camera has been exposed to temperatures as low as 35 to 40 below zero. And over the past 5 years, my two Reconyx Silent Images have taken literally tens of thousands of pictures, and I have never had one mechanical flaw with these cameras. Media storage for this particular Reconyx camera comes by way of a CF card, which you put in the top right hand part of the camera housing. And because this camera gets such phenomenal battery life, I would personally recommend at least a 1 GB or higher CF card so you can maximize the number of pictures without having to return to the field to swap out camera cards. Once you have your batteries loaded and your CF card in place, you are now ready to close the unit and begin to take pictures. Now I'm going to show you just a few of the tens of thousands of pictures I have taken with my two Reconyx Silent Images over the past 5 years. And with trigger speeds coming in at right around 1/5 of a second, the Reconyx Silent Image makes a great camera to put right on a deer runway where you can get pictures of any animals coming through without having to worry about not getting their picture. Well, the old adage that you get what you pay for in this world couldn't be any more true than with the Reconyx Silent Image camera. Although these cameras are expensive, I would personally recommend purchasing one if you can afford it. They simply are the greatest show cameras available today. Well, there you have it. A full, comprehensive field review of 4 of the most popular trail camera models available today. It's my hope that this video was able to give you the key pieces of information that you need to make you a more proficient trail camera operator. There is little question that as trail camera technology continues to expand, more and more hunters are going to use them for developing a hunting strategy and wildlife property maintenance. So if you haven't already done so, I would strongly recommend that you go out and purchase a trail camera and begin using them in your hunting adventures. Well, that concludes our review on trail cameras and how they can be used by today's sportsmen. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm your host, Chad Taverny, and as always, I'll look forward to seeing you again next time, right here on Vantage Point Outdoors.